Hey guys, what's up? Here it is as promised, the Bloodborne PvP leftover commentary. It's leftover because I'm using all the leftover clips from my montage. So, yeah, stick around and enjoy the leftover clips. Alright, so first up, we got this invasion. Fighting Viola, who I've had a bunch of good fights with this player. Probably some of the best fights I've ever had in Bloodborne. Just really good examples of how fun the game can be when you're both trying out new moves and not doing the same thing that you see a lot of in Bloodborne. Like you see, we're both playing unlocked at times, and oh, she definitely could have killed me there. Like I am very grateful for that because she kept the fight going. Oh, and that was a quick dodge through that Hunter's Axe. That thing is nasty. As you can probably tell by this point, I do not want to get hit by that thing again. I found out later that I think she's in the level 200 bracket, which is kind of weird because this character that I'm using is level 100 build for low level invasions. So don't know really how we matched up, but it was a fun fight nevertheless, and oh my goodness, I cannot believe I I watched that clip over and over, and I still can't believe it. Oh man, what an epic fight, Viola. In this clip, I believe I'm using Blade of Mercy. Yeah, guys, if you ever come into my world and you see me do that gesture, that's me waving hello. I do the conviction just to be like, sup. We got some nice unlocked play there with the Blade of Mercy. I love the R2s of this thing. It's combined with the transform attacks. It's just a beast. And GG Kirkhammer, not really the best weapon when you're going up against something really fast like the Blade of Mercy. But yep. On to the next clip. So we've seen a couple of good examples of fights I enjoy in Bloodborne. Now, it pains me to actually go back and watch this clip because just how bad this player is. But, yeah, I shouldn't have died to him anyways. I was playing stupid. But here's an example of a bad, PvPer. Yeah, I don't feel bad at all for healing against these types of players. Just R1 spam. I really should not have died to him though. So that's unfortunate when you die to someone like that, but if you ever get the chance to fight them again, you know exactly what they're trying to do, so makes the fight a lot easier. I'm just failing at killing this guy, but I wanted to talk about a Bloodborne topic, and I was trying to narrow it down, but there's so many things I'd like to talk about. I figured I'd just propose that we talk a little bit about what we'd like to see in the Bloodborne DLC, and we can narrow it down from there. Um, Personally, I would like to see probably more arcane spells, and preferably ones that don't take so many Quicksilver bullets to use. And boom, he's dead. See, that's all it took. It was only a matter of time until it actually registered that I was interrupting his attack. I don't know why I didn't land that interrupt earlier. And there's me just silencing blank out because I really don't feel like fighting R1 spammers if I can help it. Yeah, I could have easily killed him, but I'd rather just peace. And here's a Blade of Mercy shutdown clip. Just showing off how you can completely demolish someone with it. Those dash R1s are none to fuck with. So yeah, more arcane spells. Uh, that's one bad thing. I always like I always like making a magic build in Dark Souls games because it's fun to go around and cast spells, especially when you're doing low level invasions. I love being that big scary sorcerer who invades a noob and you just start casting all these crazy spells. That's something I've really enjoyed about previous games, but I feel like it's definitely lacking in this game, especially because you never get a lot of invasions low level. So yeah, there's not many options available. Now, another gripe that I have with this game is that I see a lot of people saying, da da da, there's no build variety, da da da, I can only do this. And that's just not true. I have probably 7 different characters on Bloodborne, um, all different. Some of the characters you don't have to do any chalice dungeons in order for them to be viable. That's another thing I see people say. In order to do PvP, you have to do chalice dungeons. That's not true either. Well, for lower levels, that's not true. Higher levels, yeah, you do have to do chalice dungeons. That's probably my major problem with this game is chalice dungeons. Disregarding all the matchmaking problems, it would have to be chalice dungeons. I don't find them repetitive, like some people do. That's not the problem I have with them. It's well, I guess it is kind of a repetitive deal because you end up making a new character and you're like, all right, I want this character to be good. So I'm gonna have to do the chalice dungeons, which I've already done on another character, and I know how to kill the boss. I've like killed the boss a million times, 1,000,001 times. So how hard could it be to kill him again? And you go into the boss area, and you get one shot over and over again, and you just want to be done with it. You just want to go out in PvP. That's the problem I have with the chalice dungeons. Um, Here's me being scumbag Mike. For those of you who don't know, my real name is Mike, but I go by Dwemer in a lot of video games I play. It's just some old name I picked up from some book I read a long time ago as a kid, and I really enjoyed that name, so I try to stick with it when I can. But yeah, on the topic, see, this game is really good and really bad in some instances, and it's hard to decipher what you think is good and what you think is bad because everyone has different opinions, and even your own opinions they're gonna change. But all we can do really now is hope that the DLC fixes some of these concerns. That's why I like talking about them now. I like to kind of ponder on maybe what they're thinking needs to be fixed and then comparing that with what I think needs to be fixed. Because it's not a lot of things that need to be fixed. It's just these like small changes that if they had implemented before the game was released, it could have been a lot different. Another thing probably be the covenant system. It's either broken or non-existent. I can't really decipher which one it is, but I'm leaning towards it's more non-existent. They were gonna add it in later. Like I would have loved if Old Yarnum was like the new forest area. I think that would have been really cool. I don't know if they could get away with that though, because I've done some invasions in Old Yarnum, and every time I tried invading there, I just don't invade there anymore because it's so laggy. Probably because the area is like so big. Maybe that's why they didn't choose to do that. Because it seems like the Powder Kegs Covenant is kind of like a Forest Hunters type deal. Like with Jura, he's kind of playing the Alvina type, and he's like, yeah, you know, the people you fight, they're actually humans, not beasts. Um, just fighting this dude with another Hunter's Axe. I really enjoy the Hunter's Axe. So it's fun to fight with and against because it's so powerful. I'm trying to get those charge attacks on him. Just go for those fancy kills. This dude was, he really tested my limits. And then I pulled this sneaky kill out of my ass. Oh man, I kind of felt bad. And then the cheeky shake off cape afterwards. Oof. What was oh, I was being rough with him. So yeah, there's definitely build variety, guys. You just gotta play around. Just find something, find a weapon you like, stick with it. That's another thing I like about this game. All the weapons are viable. Um, People will argue that that's the case with Dark Souls, and I guess, but it's not the same as Bloodborne. Like every weapon you can use. The only thing is you really only see the same weapons used, so maybe that's why people don't think there's build variety. They think if they use a weapon they like that it won't be viable in PvP, which isn't the case at all. You don't even have to use your weapon in PvP. That's kind of another gripe I have. You don't even have to use your weapon. You can literally just spam your gun. Never use your weapon. Literally any build's viable. You can always get a kill. You just need to land that visceral. I'm not really a fan of using my gun though. If I like to think that I really only use it when I need to. I just enjoy playing unlocked more so, and I feel like using a gun forces you to play locked because you need that tracking. And the unlocked play in Bloodborne is so seamless. I love playing unlocked more than I play locked on. Fortunately, though, when you're going up against someone who's playing locked on, it can sometimes be hard. But I've never been against an extra challenge. This build is I'll talk about my build a little bit. This is a level 150 pure quality build, so it's 60 vit, 40 endurance, 30 strength, 30 skill, 20 blood tinge, and 20 arcane, which evens out to level 150. You can make use of almost any weapon. You can use um, anything you like with this build. That's why I love it so much, and it's so powerful. With any weapon, you can use any weapon and go up against anyone. Doesn't matter their build. The two main weapons I use for this build though are the saw spear and the saw cleaver. I love running with those two weapons because they're both so viable. And if you're fighting someone with the saw spear and then you switch to the saw cleaver, it throws them off. It's not a big throw off, but it's enough to get that extra hit in, and that can be the difference from you dying to victory. Yeah, guys, just have fun with the game. Like this last clip, I like to take a break and just beat on something. Just fucking go ham with your fists. I guess I think I ended up getting the visceral on him, and And alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Dark Souls 2 coming out soon. See y'all next time.